Assemble.
Glad to have you back. It's been an awesome journey and we're almost monetized. It's absolutely amazing to be so close to all of that. But even more important, I actually took a really big step this week before I get into anything else. Um, my wife and I actually went to the gym and started our weight loss journey together, and it's absolutely amazing. My goal personally is to lose 62 pounds by my daughter's birthday. My uh, it's my long-term goal. My short-term goal, if I can't reach that, I'll be happy if I get 40 pounds down by then. That is my minimum goal for my daughter's birthday. And by this time next year, October 1st, I hope to be down 62 pounds and maintaining that for that period of time. So that would put me around 222. Very excited to do that, and I really want to share that with you guys because I also want your support in that because it's going to be amazing, and I'm going to really just motivate myself through all of this and then motivate myself through life in general and whatnot. But let's get into it. Let's talk about the new books of the week. I was looking at them and kind of going over them while I was in the gym, so that's why that kind of got brought up. But let's talk DC first. I have two books this week from DC that I'm really excited about. One independent, and then the rest are from Marvel. Not too many books from me, but there was just a huge stack of books from Marvel. There's going to be a lot of different covers and whatnot. Even from DC, there's going to be some really nice covers. So getting into it, first things first, the first book from DC that I'm going to be picking up is actually for my wife. Harley Quinn 7, definitely a really nice pickup. You can check out the cover of that right here. It's a really cool cover. I'm a really huge fan of everything they've been doing with Harley and the covers, the artwork. Don't want to get into too much of it, but it's definitely been a fun run for that. The other thing that I'm really excited about is Wonder Woman Black and Gold #4. I've always been reading 1 through 3. I haven't really gotten into it too much, so I did kind of look up what was going on in it. And so Diana actually travels to deep space, going toe-to-toe with a feathered friend from her past, and headed back to the 60s for an unexpected modern-era tale. As this and more in an issue jam-packed with the tales trimmed in Wonder Woman's signature gold. So that's just like the overview of it and whatnot. I mean, that just sounds amazing. With Wonder Woman, it's just a really nice style of writing. From what I have read, from the artwork that I have seen, and all the covers are just phenomenal. This is definitely a hot pickup for the week. Definitely one worth your time of reading and taking a look at. Again, my wife has been loving it. But let's get into... Actually, I'm going to do the one independent that I have this week, Spawn 322. I'm very excited for Spawn because it is a really interesting storyline that they're doing with the Spawn universe. This cover is absolutely phenomenal. You can check out the cover right here. The cover is doing such a good job depicting all the different things going on in this book. The guns, the just badassery that's happening. Really amazing book. I can't wait to read it. With everything that's been going on in the Spawn universe has been really interesting, and to be able to see the differences happening and kind of see the parallels that are taking place when Spawn's over here and over here. And I love just the tagline for this: if Spawn can't be in two places at once, someone dies. We'll see what ends up happening. I'm really excited to read this one. So that's another hot pick of the week for me. Next up, I'm not going to go to my last hot pick. I'm actually going to go to the Marvel book that I'm least excited about first, and that's Miles Morales. I know that sounds crazy, but honestly, the other two are just so phenomenal. I'm so excited for them that Miles Morales falls to the bottom of my Marvel list. And Actually, the other couple ones, I should say. It's not just two. But there's two of them that are just going to stand out so much. And Miles Morales definitely is an interesting one. It is the end of the Clone Saga for him. They obviously ended it quickly. Not quite sure if they did that on purpose, but he did get his new suit, so it'll be interesting to see where that kind of takes him, how long this new suit will last for, and if it's going to last for a little while, or if it's going to be like one and done like they kind of did with the recent Spidey stuff, where it was 3 issues, and they scrapped it because they didn't need it anymore, but it could come back later. We'll see where all of that goes as Miles Morales continues to unfold in these storylines. The next one up on my list, one I'm very excited about, not the most excited about, but very excited about, is Extreme Carnage Omega. Extreme Carnage has been an absolutely phenomenal series. The books have been phenomenally written, and the artistry on the covers and inside have just been beautiful. It's been as much fun to read as it is to look at each and every week that it's been coming out, and I'm so excited that we get to see a conclusion to this storyline very soon. And it should be a very interesting conclusion, to say the least. They've kind of taken it and broken it down by each symbiote, and I think that was the best way to attack this. Totally different from Maximum Carnage, where it was kind of just carnage against the world, in a way. And that's oversimplifying that, but you get what I'm saying. This kind of really broke down everything that we could see. So now we have Maximum Carnage, Extreme Carnage, Absolute Carnage. I wonder what the next Carnage book will be, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. This is just another one of my hot books for this week. I'm really excited to finalize this series and kind of see what they do to wrap it up in a nice, pretty bow. I hope you're excited to read that one too. If you haven't picked up the other issues, I think there's only 8 within the issues, so it's really easy to get caught up on, and the books have definitely been at my LCS, all of them, for a while, and I believe that there's second printings of some of them, so go get caught up, and if you can't get caught up, wait for the trade. It should be out very soon. Alright, another book that I'm very excited for, but not the most excited for, still not there yet, is Black Cat. Black Cat, with the Infinity Score, continues in this book, and the Infinity Score has just been absolutely a phenomenal storyline by Jed MacKay, and the artist has been Villa, which, honestly, there has not been a single issue, no matter what the artist was on these issues. I'm not sure if it's been the same, but Jed MacKay has been writing so well, and the artistry has been phenomenal, that I pick up these books for the artwork alone, in all honesty. And the cover on this one is just absolutely amazing. Take a look at it. Like, every little piece of it is great. The storyline has been there. A lot of people are like, oh, well, it's a Black Cat book. Yeah, but Black Cat has been killing it. It has been one of the best Marvel books to pick up lately. And I'm telling you that honestly, and I'm telling you there's still 2 more books above this one. Second from the top, and I want to put this one on top, but I don't want to be let down by it, is Amazing Spider-Man 74. I am so excited for Amazing Spider-Man 74. It's the conclusion of the Kindred run. It's the conclusion of that whole saga that started way back 74 issues ago. And when we first met Kindred, and we've been teased so many different times, and it's like, okay, what's really happening? What's not happening? Who's getting the axe? Who's really alive? Who's this? Who's that? Like, it's so jumbled up. Mysterio's involved, so you never know what's really going on all the time. Kindred is just a force to be reckoned with. And on top of all of that, we know Ben Reilly's coming back. So the whole world could come crumbling down in this issue. And we actually have seen some preview footage, not footage, but some preview artwork for the next issue, Amazing Spider-Man 75, which is weird that they're not going to change and go back to doing like 876, 877 with this new run. But I think that's because they haven't solidified it as a run yet. So I think they're going to keep it in this 2018 run and kind of hold it there for right now. But most importantly, we've seen that Peter, you can check it out right here, is truly just beaten, battered, and bruised by this battle that's going to take place in 74. And who could take over but Ben Reilly? Mary Jane's going to be there to help Peter out, but Ben Reilly will be there to take over the mantle of Spider-Man. There will be a new suit. We learned this in the free comic book day issue. I'm so excited for that. I love the way that they tied Venom into it, and that's a whole other thing to get into because that's coming out very soon too. That'll be my hot pick that week. I guarantee it. It'll be my number one. But honestly, this Amazing Spider-Man 74 is just on fire. It is a beautiful book, a beautiful cover, and I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to see how they conclude this. I think Nick Spencer has done a really good job with Amazing Spider-Man. I know I'm one of the few. I know there's been a lot of people who have not been a huge fan of it, but to say the least, I really have high hopes for this conclusion. I'm really hoping that there's some big blow up battle that will truly change the face of Amazing Spider-Man for quite some time. And we'll get to see that as the issues progress. Then, my number one top pick for this week, Thor 17. And the only reason that this is above that one is because I have really high hopes for the conclusion of Revelations based on this cover. This cover is absolutely phenomenal. It shows Thor walking away from his hammer, Mjolnir. And that is huge. Is it that he can't lift it? Is it that there's just something more going on there? As we get closer and closer to the inevitable death of Thor and all of that that was foreshadowed way back in issues 4, 5, and 6 with Black Winter. I cannot wait to see what they do with Thor after Revelations. It is going to shake up the Thor universe, everything going on with it, and this should be a book that will be just above all else in this Donny Cates run. Donny Cates has been doing a phenomenal job of writing Thor, and you can see it when he talks about Thor in interviews and promotionals and before this Thor run came out, and how he was saying that this is a storyline that he always wanted to do as a kid. This was a story he always wanted to write, and he loves that Norse mythology, and being able to dive deeper and deeper into that in these books has been just absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to see where it continues to go, and I can't wait to see how Revelations concludes. So, that's my top pick for the week. It is going to be a great book, in my opinion. I'm hoping, high hopes, really high hopes, and if it's not, it's still a Thor book. I'll still read it. I'll still love it. Just because it doesn't end, or it leaves us with more questions or whatnot, I can't sit there and write it myself, so I got to go with whatever Donny Cates has to say. And I'm really excited to kind of see where that all happens and takes place. With all of that being said, I'm very excited for these books. I can't wait to show you off what I picked up, and then what I really enjoyed and what wasn't so hot that I picked up for the week. I'll do a little review Saturday with you guys, and we will talk more about these books. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. Have a great night, everyone.